You guys know I'm always excited to come your way. I'm always excited to bring you new episode, new topics, new story every Saturday. And today is no exception. As usual, I'm excited. I'm happy to be coming your way, to be coming to your living room, to be coming to you in your car, wherever you are. It really doesn't matter. As long as we get to interact and communicate and hear each other out, it's fine. So welcome to Real Talk with Odun once again. And good morning. You know the way I do it, right? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the part of the world. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend so far. So on today's episode of Real Talk with Odun, it's an episode of our mini story, my story. And we have someone that's ready to tell us a story. She wants to tell us a story of betrayal, a story of, let's just say betrayal, because when I add the story, it's more of a betrayal between two people that covenanted to be honest and straightforward with each other. But then, these stories are not something I like bringing, because they are stories that portray men in a light that is not really the true. Because I know there are some good men out there. I know there are some faithful husbands. I know there are God-fearing men out there. But it's so unfortunate that the negative story is what we get to hear more. And honestly, I've been thinking about bringing someone, a couple most likely, that will come tell us about, their own story, the positive of marriage. Because I really don't want to be doing this just to be bringing negative stories about marriage. That's not what marriage is all about. So on today's episode, we have someone called Busayo Taiwo. Busayo will be telling us a story of betrayal. She's going to start from how they met, and we are going to go from there. So let's give her a real talk with Odun. Welcome, Busayo.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And it takes a lot of courage, to say your stories because of the backlashes in the society,
Yeah.
But you don't have to say it to encourage people going through this.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that have gone through this. There are people going through this right now, and there are still upcoming generation that are still going to go through.
We hope not. We are hopeful and praying not.
So sometimes I tell my story to encourage people, and I tell my story to advise too.
Yeah.
You never
true.
can tell what my advice can go.
That's true.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So can you just tell us a bit about yourself? Just introduce yourself a bit.
Yeah, my name is Busayo Taiwo. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. I live in Virginia. I live in Portsmouth here in Virginia. And this is just me.
All right. Thank you, Busayo. Let me just acknowledge some people. Thank you, Maisie. Thank you, Zizi Glamorous. Thank you, Ma, for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. And so, Busayo, let's just go straight to it. Can you just tell us how you met? I know he is your ex now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you just tell us how you met?
Yeah, I was in the university, and I was also working with the government that time in Nigeria. So I went to a naming ceremony. I was invited by a friend. So I met there and I saw this young guy, this charming young guy, dark in complexion. And from there, we started exchanging pleasantries and all that. From there, something started, and we got married. So we got married in March 2008. And we were so in love. I remember whenever I come to my faculties then in LASU, we were 5 friends that were working, so we bring 5 apples. So my friend will say, "Sir, you have to pick first because you are the owner of the apple, so you have to pick first." So we got married in 2008, March. So one thing I noticed is that before our marriage, the way the moms behave, like kind of traditionalist, kind of, you have to do whatever I want. That is how the mom, she's a dictate. She dictates everything we are doing. So I have noticed that. I think that is one kind of red flag that this upcoming generation, our sisters, they have to see.
Look out
If
for.
you are not accepted by the mom or the dad, please try to go back.
If you're not
Because
accepted by the bribe and the mom, don't do it. That's what you're saying.
yeah. So the way the mom behave and all that, but you know, the guy will tell me we're in love. Say, don't ignore my mom. You know, my mom is older and all that. So whenever I'm in the house, the way the mother behaves, I'll just ignore. So we got married 2008, and we got married in March. So definitely everybody is expecting pregnancy.
Sorry, please. Let me just acknowledge some people that are coming in. Thank you, Bemaj. Thank you, Zizi Glamorous. Thank you, Chinonye. I really appreciate you all. God bless you. So keep on going. Thank you. I just need to be appreciating, to be acknowledging those that come in once in a while.
So after our marriage, you know, the next thing is pregnancy. That is what they are expecting. So the pregnancy did not come on time. At the end of the day, I got married in August. So I went for my auntie. I was listening to Banky W stories. So it kind of looked like mine. So I went for my scan, and my baby was around the fetus was around 6 months, and I went for antenatal, and the doctor told me this baby is not moving again. Like the baby is dead. So I called my husband. Everybody rallied around me. I went to the hospital. They induced me, and I gave birth to that dead child in 2009, February. So after that, there's problem at home. So at that time, it was transfer. It was working with Coca-Cola, and he got another job with IDL, and a higher rank. So he has to go, more pay, and a well-paid job. So he has to go. So we stay together in Lagos, and he comes home every 2 weeks. He stays in Akure. Akure. So whenever I go to Akure, I'll be seeing used condom. I'll be seeing I'm a teller of sending money to girls. So, and if I talk, it will result in conflict between both of us. So we start having misunderstanding. You know, men will lie. It's not me. This and that. And that was just a year after the marriage, 2009. I want to leave the marriage, but what will the society say? What will my friends say?
Okay. Let me stop here a bit. Like, what is exactly the problem that that was making you want to leave the marriage? What was the issue? Because so far you've not told us what the issue was. You just told us about the dead baby. Was that the issue? Did that started an issue between you guys?
No. I still continue in the marriage. After that, 2012 again, I had another baby. The baby died. I still continue in the marriage. 2013, I had another pregnancy of twins. I lost that child too. So I think we don't know what was going on. And there have been rumors in their family, like they've been saying something is wrong with me. You better look for another girl. So fast forward, let me just fast forward it. So 2014, I had a child. I had a girl, 2014. Thank God she's alive. And so my mother-in-law, she had a birthday 2015, April. That was what caused this. 2016, April, my mother-in-law had her 68th birthday. So it was on a Saturday. We got there late. You know, Saturday in Nigeria, you have to clean the house and do that. So then I used to have a house girl. So we got there late with my husband. And when I got there, my sister-in-law told me, my husband's younger sister, he said, yeah, well, you came late. Look, take my mom's phone and go through it. These are the pictures that we have taken before you came. So I took the phone from her, and I was strolling. And my mind kept telling me, continue strolling. All of a sudden, I saw my husband with a lady, and the lady looks familiar because I've been seeing the lady's picture, and I've been complaining, and it's been lying. It's my customer and all that. And they carried a child together. I know the child is a girl because they wore a pink dress for that baby. Oh my God, I was shocked. And I called my husband apart. I said, Adiola, what's this? What's this? You and a lady, the same cloth, and like you doing naming ceremony. He said, oh, it's a lie. It's not me. That was what break the camel's back. So I saw it. So everybody in the whole party, they ran away, not knowing they are all aware.
Oh, so you already had another family. You already started another family with someone else.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw his picture with a girl, with a woman and a
And
baby girl.
They were having a naming ceremony.
Yeah, in the picture, and I was shocked. Water was coming all over my body. Okay, I had to call him. Okay, what's going on? What's this? So when he came to meet me, I saw him. He was shivering. His hand was shaking. He said, "I don't know who is he. Who this is." The younger sister went to call the mom. That Yawo Timo. So when the mother-in-law came, she just started abusing me. Are you crazy? Why would you touch my phone? What's your problem? Does this look like your husband's phone? So the party now scattered. Everybody went their way. So that was on Saturday, 2016, April 18. So it was on Saturday. So when I got home, I was restless. The guy too was restless. He kept on telling me, it's not my child, it's for my brother. I said, if this is not for you, it's not your child, why are you wearing the same clothes with her? Said my brother was not around, and he said I should represent. Not even his brother, this is an uncle to you, because he's the only son. So I had to call because I was restless. So I called my parents. My dad just said, just calm down. On Monday, come around. That was on Saturday. So on Monday, like I said before, I have a baby girl. The girl was just a year old. So I took my house girl. I went to my parents' house. So when I got there, I was crying. I was not happy, and they kept on petting me. That what do you expect? A guy that is mom control. What do you expect? A guy that you've caught like 6, 7 girls with him. I'm telling you, I might not have caught them red-handed, but through
But
his
you
phone,
knew.
you see a lot of things. So when I got to my parents' house, I was not happy. I was crying. I was sick. I was depressed. So 2 days later, my cousin called me. She's a younger cousin to me. She said, Auntie Busayo, come, I have to tell you something. I said, what is it? So they called my dad in, like family meeting. So my dad told me that, Busayo, you have to be strong. That baby girl you are seeing is the second child of your husband.
Wow.
They said that baby you are seeing is the second child of your husband. I said, what's going on? So my daddy now told me that you just have to take it easy. That your house girl told us that your mother-in-law and your sister-in-laws planted that girl in your house to see what is going on.
Oh, they planted the house up.
Yeah, they planted the girl in my house so that she will be telling them like a spy what is going on. But when the girl came to me, I was treating her like my child. If I go to Lagos, buy her things, I buy her everything. So it was the girl that now told them that that is the second child, that the firstborn is 5 years old.
Wow.
And the firstborn is a boy, and this one is a girl. So I said, Buki, how many people know this? She said, a lot of people.
Except you.
I said, what do you mean by? I said, what do you mean by a lot of people? She said, everybody. I said, so why didn't you tell me? She said they told her to swear and hold.
Wow.
That if she tell me this is going to happen to her. And I told her that, so why did you say it now? She said, because she loves me. And she felt so bad too. And that her spirit is not going to forgive her if she didn't tell me. So the guy was unbothered. The mom was unbothered. So I think that is what breaks the camel's back anyway. You know, marriage that is not yet to be, there's always be an issue. You know that.
Oh, okay.
I
So
think
you're
that
saying
marriage is
the marriage wasn't meant to be from the onset.
no, it's not meant to be.
Why? Why?
It's not
Why
meant to
would you
be.
say that? What happened? Okay, let's go back to your courtship. When you guys were courting, was there a sign? What was the things you saw that made you say now that that marriage wasn't meant to be?
Okay. Like I said from the beginning, it's more the way the woman's behave. But you know, in Africa, because we're in love, we ignore. And again, sometimes when we were staying apart, so whenever I go visit him, I'll see ladies attachment, I'll see use condom, and he will tell me lies that they belong to his boss. That I'm
In his
staying
house?
alone. So
The,
yeah, he will
oh,
lie to me that I'm staying alone. So his boss used to bring. They all used to bring their girlfriend because he
to his
stays
own
alone.
house since he is
So they
single.
bring their girlfriend. They use the house when he's not there. So I think I should have used that as an excuse. But because I was in love, I I I I I I just left it.
Okay. All right. So thank you. So after that, after you found out that he actually had another family, had an older child, what now happened?
So after that, men is still lying. He's still lying. That's not my child. They are lying. I don't have anything to do with her. So, I was depressed. I was sick. This I was sick. I was working with government at that time. They had to call my dad. My boss had to call my dad. They had to tell him that come and take your child. This girl is dying. I was sick. I would sit down in my house and it will look like somebody is walking in the wall. I think somebody is walking in the wall. Sometimes I'll run out of the house like somebody is there to kill me. So my daddy came to pick me. So we went to see few people. Then there was this judge in Lagos State, as at that time. I don't want to mention her name. She's a judge. So I went to see her. She said, Busayo, you better leave this guy. If you don't leave him, what if you sue this guy and is gonna go to prison?
Okay, let me ask you a
Don't come
question.
and beg.
Let me ask you a question. Were you abused? Were you being abused? Was he putting his hands on you? Were you abused emotionally, physically, psychologically,
Yeah,
financially?
yeah, yes,
So it's
yes.
not as if, because I'm thinking that he had another family outside and you were still in the house. He was still playing his role. He was still doing what he's supposed to be doing. Is that correct?
No, no. I check his phone regularly. Anytime I see a girl's message, I try to fight him. What's this? The next thing is going to slap me. It got to a
Oh,
point. My younger sister, she told me, she said, you grew up in Lagos now. Why would you allow a man to beat you? If he stand up to beat you, you to take bottle.
oh wow.
He said, take a bottle. I said, what if he hits me and I shook him? He said, yeah, shook him. He said, you can shook him at his hand here. I am here. Just shook him. He's not going to die. Or at his back. So there was a day we were on argument. He just stood up to slap me. I had to keep bottles around. I just hold the
Oh
bottle
wow.
that I'm going to break it on you. So he left me.
Okay, what was the issue? What was the beating about?
I can't check his phone. He goes when anytime he likes and come in anytime he likes. The moms and the parents, they are behind him. Do you know at a point, I remember this, there was a day that the mom was telling me that I should measure my baby girl. I should measure her leg and give her her size. That she wants to go to Lagos and buy Christmas clothes and a Christmas shoe for my daughter. I said, Mommy, don't worry, she has enough. That's the kind of woman she is.
But there's nothing
Most of
bad with
these
that.
women,
There's nothing bad with that. There's nothing bad with that buying a grandchild cloth and shoe.
she is going to collect money from my husband and go and buy it. which means I can't collect money from my husband.
Oh.
Christmas,
Oh, okay.
Christmas, you get what I'm saying
No,
now?
okay, yeah.
She's going
So
to
she
collect
wants to be
money
doing
from
the
the son.
shopping for you instead of you collecting money from your husband and going and doing the
On
shopping.
Christmas Day, she's gonna be the one to cook for us.
Oh. Okay.
She's
Okay.
gonna be the one to cook for us on Christmas Day.
Okay. Thank you, Nike
And she knows
Okebo,
I
for
won't take
joining.
it.
Thank you.
So
Thank you, Tokwe.
she
Go on, go on.
won't, she knows I'm not gonna take it. That is why she constantly attacked me.
So you were practically butting heads with your mother-in-law.
No, I have never had
Being disrespectful or whatever to her.
No. She knows she doesn't like me. I know she doesn't like me. But I try to keep her at arm's length, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime I report her to my dad said, just don't worry. The one she's going to live with you is not up to the one you guys are going to live together. Just manage her. So, after knowing, I was depressed. So my mind was, what next am I going to do? What next am I going to do? So I contacted, I don't cover my mouth. So some few friends, I talked to them about that. And one of them told me that I have a friend in America. Can I tell my friend to invite you so that you relocate? And you know, it's not easy to leave one's marriage. I am telling you.
Yeah,
that is what is happening in Africa. Even if the man is abusive,
yeah,
he's still coming back to beg you. We still want to protect our status in the society.
Yeah, true.
It's not easy. When my friend told me, okay, I have a friend in America, let them invite you.
Okay, before you continue, let me ask you a question. Did you leave the marriage because of the fact that he had another family, or because you were being abused? Because they are two different things, or are they intertwined?
They are intertwined together.
Okay, okay.
Because and when I knew that he had a family elsewhere, I can't stay with him again. Even when we are together, that was what I told him, because we later reconnected each other when I left him. I said, I can't stand you having another girl elsewhere. I can't stand it. That was why I leave you. Because there will be a day that I'm going to take knife and shoot you. Or you do that.
You entered him. I can imagine. At times when trust is broken, it becomes hate. Yes. It becomes hate.
So I was talking with my friend and she said, okay, I have a friend in Maryland in America. Let me talk to my friend. If my friend can give you invitation letter, try to do your passport. So I did my passport and I did passport for my daughter. My daughter was a year old. Fortunately, I was speaking with a guy in America here. The guy said, Busayo, go and pay for your visa money, because I don't believe you're going to leave this guy. I see that despite what they've done to you, you still love them. I said, it's not easy. Something that has been your part since almost 10 years. It's not easy to leave. So I said, okay. So I went to pay for my visa and all that, the invitation. Fortunately, I went to the interview. They granted I and my daughter B1, B2 visa, visiting visa. So I hide this from everybody, from my family, from him, from my friends. I hide it from everybody. So 2 weeks to my departure. He hasn't confessed to me that he actually has a family outside. He's still denying it.
Okay.
Despite every evidence, this guy is still denying it. But I know, and I have my own evidence. So I play along. So 2 weeks for me to leave. He now called his dad. His dad came to my house. So his dad told me that my wife, you have to accept. When I was taking another wife to your mother-in-law, he has 2 wives.
Oh, okay.
Your mother-in-law did not take it lightly. So I know you're not going to take it lightly. I said, Baba, are you saying Adiola is going to take this girl? He said, yeah.
As a second wife.
That this lady has 2 children. are we going to send the children away? I said, okay, Baba, let Adiola take the lady. I'm ready. So I didn't tell any one of them. I didn't tell any of my friends till the last day I'm leaving. So on my day of departure, I just left. I left.
Did not know.
So, and I got to New York.
Okay, thank you. So so far what we've been able to learn from you is trust. Most of the time when trust is broken, it's very difficult to get it back. I tell people, I am always of the opinion that women, we can pretend to forgive, but we never get over something like that. We don't. We can act as if everything is fine and just to keep up appearances or to keep our family, but deep down we really do not let go of faithfulness.
And we'll be dying silently.
Yes, we really do not. We don't know. I know men can do their own gra and say, you can't come into this house, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. But women will pretend and say, okay, we are forgiving you, it's okay. But I know a lot of women that are old now that they hated their husband till the husband died. But even though they were still married. So that's, so I'm not saying the best option is to leave when trust is broken. I'm just saying it's very difficult to regain that trust back. I'm saying at times, most of the time, women don't get over trust like that. Even though they don't leave, even though they are still married to you, they don't get that trust. They don't get over it that easily. So what happened when you got to America? Did he try to reach out to you? Did you guys try to reconcile?
So before I say that American part, do you know that even when it begged me that he's not going to go after that lady again, he still talked to other girls, like 4 girls, like 5 girls. Is the will I say the dog in him will never make him rest in the place. I still to search his phone, and I still see him talking to if he goes to if he go to Abeokuta for meeting, there will be a girl he will sleep with, and he will see the conversation. If he's at Yanoba, he will still sleep with another person. You will still see the conversation. So this guy, even if I forgive him and I pretend to stay in the marriage, I'm gonna die earlier. So let me fight for my fear now. That was why I left. I want to fight for my fear, because if I'm with him, it's still struggle. If I leave, it's still struggle. Why not let me use my hand to do myself? Like, why not let me struggle to know what will come out of it? So I got to America. It's so funny. There's this guy that is going through divorce. And the guy, as at that year, 2016, January, Redeemed Christian Church of God, they fasted for 40 days. You know, he joined this prayer and he was telling God, God, I want another woman. But I want a Yoruba woman like me that is going to understand me. So if he prayed and he left, and he was going through divorce. Fortunately, my friend hooked me up with his brother here in Virginia. So the brother was supposed to pick me up at the airport, but the brother was busy. So he now told one of his friends that, please help me to pick up this lady. She's coming with a child from Africa. She's my sister. So the guy said immediately he saw me, because he was the one that came to pick me. Immediately he saw me.
That's your husband now.
Yeah, immediately he saw me. He was the one that came to pick me in September. Immediately he saw me. Something was just telling him that, oh my God, look at this lady. And you know, when we were going through depression, no beauty, nothing. Me, I was not beautiful, nothing. Because I just come like, no, the lady without paper. I don't even know where I will live. I don't know how I'll survive.
You just needed to get out of Nigeria.
So he came to pick me, and he dropped me in his friend's place, because I was supposed to. I'm supposed to stay with his friend, and after that we meet in church every Sunday, and he's been looking at me. So he just called me one day that, madam, I need to see you. What's going on? He just came. You came here with a girl. Where's your husband? And he said, okay, I'm gonna take you out to mall. We go to restaurant. So he took me out. My daughter was with somebody. So we went out and he told me that he's looking for a wife anyway. But I don't believe your story. That was what he said. He said, because there are a lot of ladies there that they have paper, they don't have paper and they are married, but they just need to have a paper. So they'll lie that all this that I'm telling him, that
It's
he
not
doesn't
true.
believe it. And I forgot to tell you something. I don't need to lie about this. Do you know that I had my girl 2014 October up till 2015 October. We had never had sex, just 5 times.
Oh.
When I call
So,
my husband, let's do it. Oh, you are breastfeeding. I don't like touching breastfeeding women. I said, but which means you are doing it outside. He said, I'm not doing it outside. I just want to breastfeed my daughter and all that. So when I met this guy, I told him everything. And he said, well, I don't believe you. You need to call this guy and put it on speaker. I want to hear everything. So I told the guy, I said, even I'm going to talk to him. I'm still not going to marry you now. I need to put my head straight. I'm just coming from a depression. Just allow me to rest, please. Do you know that he called me 3 weeks after my arrival here in America? 3 weeks after my arrival. That means after 2 Sundays in church, the third Sunday. So he came to meet me in one evening like that, and I called my ex. He didn't know when I left Nigeria, he didn't know where I was. He's been looking for me. So I said, okay, let me use this opportunity to call him. So I called him. Busayo, where I've been? I've been looking for you. This and that. And I said, Mr. Man, can you tell me what exactly I did for you? For you to
hi,
torture me
Tamerlane
emotionally?
Black. Thank you for joining. Sorry, Busayo. Hi, Tamerlane Black. Thank you for joining. Hi, Olajuma Kemi. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much for joining. God bless you all. So go on. Sorry.
So, and he said, you did nothing. I said, no, I must have done something. Maybe you heard something. Maybe you heard maybe I'm promiscuous or not or something. He said, no, you did nothing. I said, so why did you do it? He said, maybe it's peer pressure or the pressure from the family that they were thinking I can never have a child because I had 2 stillbirths. I have 1 miscarriage at 6 months, and I have another miscarriage, which means placenta was growing and there was
Oh,
no baby
no
in.
baby. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I took in. There was miscarriage, but the hormones have not realized there's miscarriage. So placenta was growing.
Oh, wow.
I
Wow.
had like 5
Pregnancies.
or 5 pregnancies that I lost back to
Oh,
back. So he
oh.
said his parents were thinking maybe I can never have a
Something is
healthy
wrong
child.
with you. Mm,
That was why
mm,
I said, but our marriage is for better, for worse.
mm.
What if I have never been pregnant? What would you have done? He said, it's pressure. You're the one I love. You're the one. You're my wife. You're my this. I said, I just want you to know. I just want to ask you. Maybe there's something I did. He said, nothing. So I called the call on him, and I told the man here, I said, can you see? He said, well, let's see how it goes. I said, I'm not ready for a relationship now. Let's see how it goes. And we see almost every time he talks to me, he advised me. I forgot to tell you that I was depressed. I was sick. So I go to the hospital almost every 2 weeks to see doctors, and they kept on giving me depression medication.
Medication. Mm.
Because when I complain of headache, they will do brain scan, they won't see anything.
Mm.
This is the part that some people hide. I was complaining of stomach ache for like 2 months. They had to do colonoscopy for me. They did not see anything. I was complaining of body pain. They had to do CT scan for me. They saw nothing. So they called my husband apart. They said, this lady is depressed. So they were giving me depression medication. Until I talked to my doctor in Nigeria.
Just because of a betrayal. So sorry, let me just cut you short. When some people just say and think and just say, yeah, what's the big deal? A husband impregnated someone, I had a family, what's the big deal? But you don't know how this thing play in the head of a woman. Because when you trust someone you've exchanged vows with, that you said, okay, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you for better and for worse, and then that trust is broken, it eats you so hard. So when she's saying she was depressed because her husband cheated and had another family outside, it's not something that we should just trivialize and say, yeah, what's the big deal? Is she the first one? In Africa, they are used to having multiple wives. But we can't undo things like that and just say, yeah, what's the big deal? It is a big deal. It is a big deal for your husband to have another family. It's a betrayal that most times, I personally don't think I can get over a betrayal like that. So if some people are saying, what's the big deal? And since they didn't bring her into the house, did you hear the part where she said they were even actually about to bring the lady into the house before she left? So it is actually a big deal for your trust to be broken with someone that promised to stand by you through thick and thin. I just need to put that out there. So go on. Sorry.
So, and I was talking to this guy, and we were talking, and before you know it, we got married. And
you're happy now. I hope you're happy now, right?
I have children now.
Wow. How many kids do you have now?
Yeah, altogether I have 2.
Wow. That's good. I'm so happy for you that your story turned out well. Thank you, Iyamide, for joining. Thank you, Fola. Oh, sis, thank you for joining. Thank you all so much. I'm so grateful that your story turned out this way for you. You're happy now, right? So, and you have kids. The kids they thought you could not have before, that cost everything. You have more than one now.
I had healthy pregnancy here.
Wow.
I had my son at exactly 40 weeks.
Wow. No complications, no issues.
I don't know what has been
She said she doesn't know what has been killing the children.
They will say I have oligograminous. They will say I have alpha-graminous.
Wow.
They will say I have gestational diabetes. They will say I have miscarriage. They were just dying.
Giving it all sorts of names.
In between this process, my younger brother told me recently, he said he has to send my pictures to his friend. That his friend once said, does your sister have HIV or what?
HIV, yeah.
That would be. Yeah, because I was,
you were looking so sick. Oh.
I was so sick.
Oh.
He now said, his friend said, have you tested your sister for HIV?
Wow.
And he said,
wow.
Said because she falls sick all the time. Do you know I will be walking and I'll just faint.
Wow. Wow, okay.
Now,
so they're actually telling you good ending, happy ending, congratulations to you. Hallelujah. They are all saying they're thanking God on your behalf that your story ended well.
What God cannot do
does not exist.
And
yes,
and I tell people, and one thing that in between that, there are these people that always tell me, go back to him when I was in Nigeria. You better adjust. You better leave him. You guys, you have 4 cars together. You have a roof. You have this. You are even lucky. The guy is rich. Me, I don't have anything. Yet he abandoned me. So when I got here, part of my healing process was blocking them. Blocking them. Was blocking them. If they mistakenly find me on my WhatsApp, I'm saying, how far with your guy? Are you still hearing? How is his princess? The next thing I'm gonna block you.
It's to block them.
I'm gonna block you.
So anybody that brings any negativity to you, you are blocking them straight.
I'm not gonna use my mouth, my life to service negativity again in my life. I was on a platform and somebody was saying, ladies that leave their husband, most of them are depressed at the end of their life. most of them are sick at the end of their life. I said, maybe it's your sisters or your mom, not for me. I left my marriage. Now I got an older guy, more energetic, more taller, more better.
So
When I was telling my husband,
this girl she's making me laugh.
Husband, do you know my husband? I told him, I said, this guy did not even make love to me just 5 times in a year. She said, don't worry, Marky sweat. He said, don't worry, Marky sweat. Or recent, he was telling me, Tayo, go and do family planning. I don't want you to be pregnant again. For you to know what God can do.
Hallelujah.
His children, are they the most important in marriage? That's
deep.
Our peace.
That's deep right there. That's deep.
And when I met him, I was telling him I might not have a child. He said, I don't need children. I had 3 in my previous marriage. So we'll take care of your own. I don't need. Don't talk about children. I don't need children. Do you know we were sleeping with each other? 3 months later, I got pregnant. So, but you told me you can't have a child. I said, I'm not God.
Someone said nobody is above blocking. You don't like Olori Buruku. You do like Olori Buruku, I block you. Okay, now that's Ovalaju Makemi.
They want to advise me. Go back to him. I said, go back to him for what? He has cars. I said, so?
Is it about cars? What about peace of mind? What about happiness? What about pleasure? Because, see, when you're sex-starved, you're actually being abused. I tell people most times, abuse is not just bad boss. It's not just when you're being eaten. It's not just when someone is slapping you. Abuse is deeper than just someone beating you. When you are sex-starved, when you are being starved sexually, you are being abused. When you are being blackmailed emotionally, you are being abused. When you are being talked down on, you are being abused. When your self-esteem is being pulled down every day, you are being abused. Abused is more than basbos.
Yeah.
Yes. So I understand.
I talked to my friend.
Yes, Bemaj, thank God we are not crying this week. We are laughing. Yes, because most of the times on these are stories we cry. I even have my tissue box here that we are always crying and cleaning our eyes. So we thank God we are not crying this evening. We are laughing.
There was a time I was telling a friend of mine, she's in UK, that this guy does not sleep with me. She said, Busayo, you to go and shave your armpit. You shave this day. You should wear boxers. You should wear this. When it comes, put pep, do this. I said, are you stupid? She said, do it. Maybe that's why he's not making love to you.
And did you do it?
I did it. Yeah. You know what he does that? He has slept with like 50 of them before coming.
So by the time he comes home, he's tired.
Do you know throughout my pregnancy, what was causing oligohydramnios is the infections.
Oh.
At the point I had syphilis.
You were infected. Oh my goodness.
It's always infecting me with syphilis, with
Oh.
I've been here for 5 years. I've never had infection.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you you were actually being open. You shared more than I expected you to share. Because we were talking about the do, slept. So thank you so much for being open with us. And we are glad, we are happy your story turned out this way. We are glad and grateful to God that we can sit and laugh and not clean our eyes and not be sad and weep over your story, because you got to the light at the end of your tunnel even faster than you expected. And we are grateful that the depression did not consume you, because depression is actually a terrible thing for anybody to come out of.
Yeah.
We are lucky, or we don't pay close attention to it as we ought to, but depression is actually a thing that is going on out there right now that is making people lose their minds, is making people commit suicide, and we are grateful your own did not get to that, and you were able to come out of it. It's sad that the woman is always meant to believe she's the problem. Yes, you know, there was actually a time I think I did an episode on this, on the show about fertility. And I brought someone that had fertility issues, and she told us, and she said, I think she said 30% of infertility is the cost of the man. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Can you? Because I think you left there. Hello, Busayo. Did you touch something? Because I can see you touching your screen. What did you touch? Hello?
I can't hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? You touched something on your screen. What did you touch?
Wow, what do I do?
We can hear you. We can hear you clearly.
Oh, yeah, I heard you speaking, but
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Is there any way I can increase the volume from here?
I don't think it's the volume. I think you touched something because I saw you touching your screen. I don't know if you can hear me. Anyway, but thank you so much. Like I was saying, 30% of infertility issue is actually caused by men. And one other thing I know we are not very familiar with, again, in Nigeria, is this resource thing. Because I know when you have a resource that is negative together, you tend to have miscarriages and all those complications. Anyway, we are not dealing with infertility on today's show. But I just want to say thank you, Busayo. If you can hear me, can you hear me now? You still cannot hear me? Because we can hear you clearly. Anyway, so thank you for sharing your story. We've come to the end of today's episode. I'm sure you are going to watch this later, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being real with us. Thank you for being open. If I didn't cut in, you were ready to put everything, just put everything out there. And that's really, really appreciated. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the effort. For you guys, she actually had to drive to her friend's house because her system wasn't connecting. She just stepped out. Her system wasn't connecting. She still tried to come on. Her system wasn't connecting, so she had to drive to her friend's house just to use her friend's phone and her friend's system to connect. She made a lot of efforts to do this today, even though it wasn't something that was courageous, that a lot of women won't have the courage to do. Like I said, it's not easy to sit down and tell your story. People think it's easy, but it's never easy. So thank you, Busayo. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. We appreciate the time. We appreciate your efforts. We can see your hand. We can see your hand. Thank you so much thank you all. Thank you, Gbemach, Kemi, Desiree. Thank you, Olajuma Kemi, for making this interesting. Thank you, Zizi Glamorous. Thank you, Arasho. Thank you. Who else is there? Let me see. Thank you, Steph. I can see you. Thank you, Tamalin Black, my grandma. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fola Agumbiade. Okay, thank you, Wura. Even though I cannot see you on the screen yet. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, Adeshola. Thank you, Glimpse Extra, for always putting in the effort and the time to get us to do this. It's a privilege we do not take for granted. We have that privilege to play around the studio and jump and do whatever we want to do because of you guys. Thank you all so much. Busayo, I don't know, can you hear me? Because, okay, thank you, Goldilocks. Oh, I forgot you are Goldilocks. Thank you, Wura. Thank you for joining in. Thank you all so much. And Busayo, hopefully you can watch this later and listen to this part because I'm trying to hold on to see if you can come on so we can thank you properly. But I don't think that's happening because we need to go. Thank you so much, Busayo. Thank you all so much. So next week, let me just give you a tidbit about next week. Next week will be coming your way with a full house. Yes, We are doing Viewpoint next week. You remember I told you that Viewpoint is the segment where we bring guys, we bring women, we bring children, we bring everybody. So all you people of, hey, why are you not bringing men? Why are you just bringing women? Viewpoint is your week. So we are bringing a full house next week. We're having this Viewpoint. And we'll be talking about, don't let me tell you what we're talking about, but just look forward to it. We'll be having a wonderful discussion. It's going to be a debate too. So if you see us fighting next week, don't be surprised. You know, because Adeshola will be here. You know, the minister with Adeshola, we always fight, we always argue. So we'll be arguing on stage next week. Arasho, thank you. Yes, she was on. She came in. I saw her. Thank you. Thank you so much. So until next week when I come your way with another topic, with another episode of Real Talk with Odun, I'm excited for next week and I'm looking forward to it. We can see your hand. If I'm saying we can see your hand, you should know what I'm talking about too. Okay. So thank you all so much. We'll see you next week. My name still remains Odun Akerele. I'm still your daughter. I'm still your sister. I'm still your friend. And I am still your fellow woman, Odun Akerele. Catch you next week. Bye. Thank you all on Instagram. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you. Are we offline? Uncle Josh?